There are 6 pillars to you actually managing your finances in a way that makes sense, that will transform your business so you know where every penny's going. And it starts with this. The first step is 100% making sure that you know what your bank account is doing on a daily basis. And so one of the things that I've trained myself to do as a habit is literally go in every morning, log into my bank account, and look at where money is going, where money is coming in, where money's going out. Yes, this includes my personal, this includes our savings, this includes all of our business accounts that we have, which I'll walk you through here in a second, which is part of the 6 pillars. And when you get a pulse on your business, what you'll know is that there are rhythms. There are going to be times in the beginning of the month when things come out and it seems a little bit bigger. And you'll start to notice payroll, and you'll start to notice tax payments, and you'll start to notice trends so that you can plan more accordingly. And so the 6 pillars look like this. Number 1 is tithing. So the first thing that you have to do, this is biblical. So for me, it's the most important thing. And there's a key to this, which I'll share in a second, which is ultra crucial to your success today. When I say tithing, like we give 10% to our church off the top, and that is of our revenue that comes into the business. So everything that comes in, not just what we pay ourselves, but what comes in goes to the church, 10%. We think it is beneficial to pour into what is obviously going to bring people closer to God. And so for us, we want to honor God with that. There's a very biblical component to it, but the part of it that I think people miss is that it needs to be cheerful. So we don't do it every month in a sense of like, oh, we have to do this again. This is stupid, but it should be a cheerful thing that you do. So once we tithe, our actual 100% of everything else is going to fall into the next 5 categories. So tithing is number 1. We always do 10%. Okay. So then from there, you're going to take 100% of everything else. You're going to create a bank account. Okay, so you're going to have 5 accounts total. So the 6 pillars, number 1 is tithing. Number 2, you're going to have a bank account that you title your owner's profit. And owner's profit is anything that you make above and beyond what you pay yourself. And what that does, we keep it in our business account, and we do 10%. Disclaimer, these numbers can change based on where you're at in your business. If you're growing, if you're bigger, you're smaller, you might change some of these, but it's important to just stick with me for the principle of managing your money so you know where every single penny is going, and it will completely change the game for you. So you don't have to have that fear and lack and anxiety and frustration like I did back in 2018. So the first bank account that you're going to have, it's called an owner's profit. The reason that it's the first one after tithing is because you want to pay yourself first. You invest into the house of God, and then you're going to invest in yourself, because if you don't pay yourself first, then what you will do is you'll pay everybody else, and then you'll be left on the back end, and you'll pay yourself less than what you're worth, and you'll be the least paid employee in your business, and that's a frustrating place to be because you're doing the most work. Next is our operating expenses. So operating expenses is all the money that you would need inside of your business to sustain it on a month-to-month basis. So operating expenses would look like this. We make it 30%. That's our target that we shoot for. So 30% of everything that you make goes into your operating expense account. So that will be the second account that you have, and this is number 3. Then we're going to go to revenue. So of all the money that comes into our bank accounts from everywhere in our business, that goes into a revenue account. And we keep 40% of everything that comes into the business in our revenue account at all times. So if we need to move something to taxes, we can do that later, but we try to keep 40% in our revenue account. The next account you're going to have is going to be a retained earnings account. This number can vary, but for us, we do 2%. So retained earnings would be for something like if we were going to do a business expansion, or I had an expense that I was going to need to pay. Let's say that I wanted to get new floors, or I was going to buy new tables, or I wanted to bonus my team with a cool trip. Like retained earnings is just business expense that you're saving for a rainy day. It's kind of like your rainy day fund. And then lastly is going to be taxes. You're going to think it's crazy when I say this, but I do 8% for taxes, and this is a separate account. So you have 5 accounts. You have a tax account, you have an operating expense account, you have a revenue account, and you have an owner's profit account, and then you have a retained earnings account. So you have 5 separate bank accounts, and every single time money comes in, you take those percentages and you transfer them or distribute them to the separate accounts. Why do we do this? Because then you will start to get a pulse on where your business is at, what you are spending, and when you know what you are spending and where every single penny that you have is going, you'll manage it better. The peace of mind that this gives me, that I'll be able to make payroll for my team next month, I'll be able to pay ourselves next month. I'll be able to pay rent next month. Like all of those things are already accounted for because I've been responsible and been a good steward to what comes into the business because we can manage and track every single penny. This is a good start. Set up 5 bank accounts, have all your revenue go into the revenue account, and then distribute them as you see fit. I do it every time money comes in. You could do it on a bi-weekly basis. You could do it on a monthly basis. But the further away you go from it, then the less likely it is that you're going to do it. This is why I check my bank accounts every day and I just do it every day. The interesting part is that most people would look at profit and they would look at their bank accounts and they would think that, well, more money is just going to solve all my problems. Money can't solve all your problems. And the only way that you're truly going to feel free inside of your finances is if you have a plan for what to do with every single penny that you have. I'm not a financial planner. I'm not a financial advisor. I just know this has been a cool trick that's worked for me. So to recap, you have 6 pillars. You have tithing, you have your owner's profit, you have your operating expenses, you have your revenue, you have your retained earnings, and you have your taxes. Those are the 6 areas that you should be focusing on and saving those respective percentages. If this hit for you and you got some value out of it, inside the Profitable Chiro Network, these are the things we teach. This is the 4th gear, the cash and wealth management gear. We have 3 other gears that we hit on that focus on identity, that focus on values, that focus on you becoming the best version of yourself so that you can absolutely crush it in business from day one, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. If you're interested in learning more, you can just go follow me at Dr. Daniel Kimbley, like and subscribe, and share this video up with somebody who needs to hear it because it has been, like I said, transformational for me. And I love you and I appreciate you, and we'll come at you again next week. Peace.